old man just kissed his niece. But the smile on her face gradually faded. She was holding a strange doll in her arms. Rook asked who bought it. The maiden thought it was a gift from Rook. The oil stamp on the package was from India, where Luke worked, but he sensed something was wrong.
She's very sweet and very bright too. You can talk and sing and do all sorts of things.
Millie loved the gift. Luke called and into the room. The doll was in tatters. She shouldn't have given it to her niece, and thought Luke had sent it. She also felt the doll was off. Millie loved it very much. She wanted to hold it in her arms at all times, and was also afraid. The doll's eyes were unsettling. It was evil, and felt that Luke shouldn't have sent it back. Luke said he didn't send it.
You didn't send the doll to Monica? Who did?
The doll was never intended for my niece. It was a gift to me.
And was very confused, and Luke didn't explain. The most urgent task was to replace it. At that moment, Millie walked into the study holding the doll. She wanted to return the new gift to her uncle. Millie explained that her doll didn't like it. Luke wondered if the doll could talk. Millie said that the doll always talked at night, and discussed all kinds of things. It mentioned her uncle's name many times. Luke was instantly frightened, seeing that her uncle wasn't talking. Millie took the new doll back, but at 11 o'clock, Luke was preparing to go back to his room to rest. He heard Millie's cries. He was worried about what might have happened inside, and also rushed over. Millie opened the door. She cried that the new doll had been torn to pieces, and the culprit was that evil doll. Luke was shocked. What on earth was this thing? At that moment, an Indian man walked in. Luke had been waiting for a long time. The two had met during an execution. His brother had been killed by British soldiers, because he had been captured during a surprise attack. It was Luke who had sentenced him to death. Morrow had come to avenge his brother, and his doll had already begun to act. Luke knew that the doll could not be destroyed, until it had completed its mission.
Best remain awake, Colonel. The doll has teeth, and there is no medicine on Earth.
Morrow left after speaking. Rook did not stop him. He was merely fulfilling his duty to the nation. At that moment, Millie was shouting, demanding the doll return to her side. Rook hurried upstairs, only to find the doll waiting for him, still wearing that eerie smile. At that moment, and was soothing Millie to sleep. But then she heard Luke's screams. The butler thought he had fallen. Luke asked the maid to bring the doll to the study. He knew his time was running out, and picked it up and walked into the study. Luke threw it into the fireplace, completely destroying the evil doll, and wanted to call a doctor. But Luke said he wouldn't make it that long. He could only sit in the chair and wait to die. But there were two more things to do. Luke had the maid retrieve the sealed letter from the bedroom. It contained the name of the servant. After his death, the letter was to be handed over to him. Anne agreed. There was one last thing. He had a massive insurance policy. Death was far more valuable than life, and was the executor of the estate.
Promise me you'll look after the new doll to start with.
Watch the doll burn to ashes. Luke finally drew his last breath. Morrow knew the plan was complete and prepared to leave. A servant suddenly walked in. He was holding a long box. Morrow asked what was going on. The servant placed the gift beside him. Morrow felt something was off. He slowly opened the gift box. Before he could react, the doll suddenly opened its eyes. It revealed a sinister smile. Morrow knew he too would eventually meet his end.